Welcome into the Fan Addict Sports Channel for sports fans by sports fan. It's your boy Coach I. Where all my dogs at? All right, today we're doing a game preview for Clemson and Georgia Tech. So I got two of my Clemson fans here to bring on and talk about what they expect this weekend and what they've thought of the season thus far. Let me go ahead and bring them in. Welcome in Austin and Gray. What's going on, fellas?
What's up? How's everybody?
All right, Austin. How you feeling about the season so far, Austin?
Well, I think the defense is pretty good. The best defense I think I've seen under Dabo at Clemson so far. The only thing I'm concerned about is getting the passing game going. And if we can do that, then I think this team can beat any team in the nation.
Okay. What about you, Gray? What you thinking about this season so far?
I agree with the defense. I think we have internal issues that are causing us to look not so like a normal Clemson team. You know, the cohesiveness and the bond between the guys. So I just see things like a little bit of a rift, like Lyn-J being in the doghouse doesn't help. And other than that, I think we're going to get a rhythm against Georgia Tech more so than we did against South Carolina State. But so far, I'll take it. I'll even take the loss to Georgia the way we lost. I don't understand why everybody made it so tragic. I thought it was a great game. So,
well, speaking of the Georgia game, from what I can tell is whenever you set yourself up mentally for something like so high, then when you come down, you come crashing down. Because all I heard all season was how Georgia didn't have the talent to play with Clemson. Not from y'all, but from a lot of other Clemson fans. And I'm like, I don't get that you don't watch football or something, because this was always going to be a close game regardless who won. So they all thought they was going to come in. Yeah. They all thought they was going to come in, crush Georgia, and the way our defense looked, they were shell shocked and they came down, crashing down hard like you coming down off of a high. So that's kind of how that went. So what y'all saying about this weekend though with Georgia Tech? Because Georgia Tech, they don't look too hot.
Yeah, it's a strange situation. I don't know, Austin. Let me hear your take on this for a second.
Well, I think it's more of a game that you have to kind of like South Carolina State. You have to blow them out. And I think maybe that's the reason why we didn't move up, was because of the fact that we couldn't even score 50 points on South Carolina State. So I think we're in a position where we have to absolutely blow out Georgia Tech. So it's more of you have to blow them out or you kind of lose the game sort of feeling.
I agree with that because Georgia Tech is down a quarterback. So especially, I mean, y'all should have blow them out with their starting quarterback. Now they're down a quarterback. At this point, because of the schedule, I think you guys definitely need style points.
Yes. Georgia Tech's kind of aligned themselves with the FCS team this year. They lost to Northern Illinois. They didn't look too well or too good against Kennesaw State. So it's got to be one of those games where by the end of the game, we got third stringers in the game working on technique. They bite on everything. They were even biting on the option, and that's their bread and butter. That's what they were built on over the last decade. Kennesaw State ran that option, and they were biting on everything left and right. So they're undisciplined on defense. So we should be able to put up over 50 points on them, or there's something really wrong.
Okay, so what I want both of y'all to tell me is give me one player that you need to see more from. I ain't going to say you're disappointed so far, but you just need to see more from. Austin, tell me somebody you need to see more from.
I think there's no question that you need to see more from DJ and also the offensive line. Both of those need to have big improvements on my part.
All right. What about you, Gray?
The offensive line is definitely something that we need. We need to see some cohesiveness and some real blocking and moving the ball down the field. Honestly, I need to see more from Skalski. I need to see him in the backfield more. I need to see us covering more because we can't cover anybody.
Okay.
So I need to see more from him in Georgia Tech.
Well, I was about to say, Koskowski, I know you and I talked about it, off, the day after or whatever, but Skowski won ACC Defensive Player of the Week, and I thought that should have went to Baylor Spector.
I didn't see it from him. I didn't see him playing like he normally plays. He was playing safe, like he was worried about getting kicked out of the game. You know,
Yeah.
so I don't know. I just need to see more play from him.
All right. Now, so far, who do y'all think has lived up to the billing as of now? And don't say the whole defense. You got to give me a player. So I'm gonna start with you, Gray.
On defense, oh, that's Booth all
No,
day.
I just no, just a
Yeah,
player. Period. I just saying somebody that you say, okay, I came in the season thinking he was like that, and he's like that.
ain't gotta.
Okay, okay, that's what's up.
Yeah,
What about you? What about you,
he got
Austin?
on the Cornell Powell workout plan.
What about you, Austin? Who's impressed you so far that you thought was gonna be good anyway?
Well, in my mind, it's definitely Miles Murphy. He's dominated all year. They can't even stop the guy. So in my mind, it's Miles Murphy. I know he's going to be a beast anyways.
All season, all I heard was Brian Brissy, and Miles Murphy. Brian Brissy, and Miles Murphy. I'm like, Miles Murphy is that dude. Like, if you go back and watch the Georgia game, Miles Murphy was the defensive lineman that made the most noise. So I think that's a good call on
Yeah,
that. So you got Oregon just beat Ohio State. Everybody's saying Oregon's gonna reach the playoffs now. What do you think Clemson's chances are going forward,
here we go.
being the ACC championship, being the ACC champion with one loss to Georgia to make it to the playoffs? I'm putting you on the spot. Go ahead, Austin.
I think our chances just increase with Ohio State's loss. As long as you treat every game like it's the biggest game of the week, we went out, do our part. That's all we can do. I think there's no way that you leave a one-loss team who lost to the number two team in the nation by a touchdown and didn't give up an offensive touchdown the entire game. I don't see any way that you lead them out of the playoffs. So as long as we keep doing our part, winning out, I don't think there's any way that we don't get in.
All right, Gray, you second that, or you got something else to say on that?
I second it. I'm also a Georgia fan right now because Georgia needs to go undefeated. Georgia needs to go undefeated, and they need to score a lot of points on everybody else. That's all I can hope for. You know, if they beat Alabama in the SEC championship and put up some points on their defense, that gives us some credibility. We know we have to win out. We know we have to win the ACC championship, but we also right now have to wait for a lot of people to lose. Oregon's going to drop about 2 games. I'm not worried about them.
Yeah.
Ohio State probably will not lose again, and they're going to be forgiven for their loss somehow, some way. They're going to get them in there. So we're a numbers game right now because we are the ACC, and the rest of our ACC counterparts look horrible. So yeah,
I agree with you. Now, Ohio State has a problem stopping the run, so I don't know. I got to go
oh,
back and
absolutely,
I got to go back and rewatch Penn State. I don't think Michigan. They just got Michigan's number. But if Penn State can run the ball on Ohio State, and I don't know if it's at Penn State or not, but if it is, they got a shot. So I'm pretty much Ohio State gonna have to make me a believer. I think Oklahoma gonna run the table because I don't think the Big 12 is that good. Iowa,
yeah,
I don't know, maybe we'll see. I think Clemson got a good shot as long
yeah,
as they go
yeah.
undefeated. And like you said, long as we don't drop some game that we ain't supposed to drop, because if we do, that hurts y'all. So if we go undefeated to the SEC championship, win or lose the SEC championship, and y'all win the ACC, I think y'all are good. So
Yeah,
what about? Let's talk about
yeah.
this. Justyn Ross, he was injured for a year, came back. How's he looking? Because he doesn't look like the old Justyn Ross. Let's just say that. Great.
Well, he does look like the one that got the Justyn Ross right before he got hurt. Not the one in the championship, not the one we were snatching every ball out of the air. But the last season he actually played, I kept saying he doesn't look right. He looks like he's in pain, or he looks like he's playing hesitant. Now he looks like he's playing catch up. He's worried about draft status more than anything. So when he doesn't get the ball, he gets frustrated. When the route's not a route that's bringing him the ball, you can tell he runs it like a high school student. He doesn't run it with execution. So you know the ball's not coming to him. And you can't show that kind of emotion on the field. I don't care how bad you're losing or if you didn't get the ball or whatever. Can't pull a Dez Bryant on me. Can't do that. So
that's true. And it's
not
obvious
looking
that
good, but I think he'll get it together.
It's obvious that him and DJ not in sync. Austin, what you thinking about DJ? What's going on with DJ? Because he's been kind of off, even more so than I think some people outside of Clemson Nation thinks. Like I thought he was going to come in and be a lot better at this point than he has been. What do you think about DJ and his performance?
I think DJ is trying to live up to Trevor Lawrence too much. I think the expectations there is throwing him off a little bit, and having Georgia in Charlotte for the first game of the season and his first real start, I think for me was didn't help the situation out any. As far as Justyn Ross goes, I can see why he's frustrated. It doesn't help him, but he hasn't really had the chance to make many plays on the ball. So, just get in rhythm, and I think we'll be all right. But
that's true.
Yeah,
that's true. Because I know just talking to you, Gray, on a regular basis every year that Clemson starts out pretty slow every year. The difference is Trevor didn't start out with Georgia every year. You know what I'm saying? So even though I think one year maybe he started out maybe he started out with Auburn, I don't remember, but it wasn't Georgia. So it's like DJ coming out of the gates, and not just any Georgia team, like the best defense we probably had in I don't know the last 10 years or so. So that definitely wasn't good. So all right. On to the predictions for this weekend. Was it going to be a slaughtering? What are your predictions for this weekend for Clemson and Georgia Tech, Austin?
I think Clemson is going to come out, and I think you're going to see the best offensive game. Georgia Tech's not good, like we already said. So I see a very slow first half, but Clemson comes out and wins this game 56-3.
56-3. Wow. Austin, only thing I would love more than that is 56-0 because I hate Georgia Tech. So, what about you, Gray?
I'm looking for closer game as far as us, like 35-7, and I honestly think DJ is probably going to come out a lot better. They're going to try to stretch the field a little bit more. And we got to work on our run game. So that's why I'm not seeing a high-scoring game. We got to work on the run game. And if they don't work on it this weekend, we're not going to get a chance until UConn comes down here, which is such a waste. But other than that, I see about 35-7, around that range.
Okay. All right. Just a little extra tidbit. Do either of y'all know why Lyn-J Dixon didn't play until the fourth quarter in the Georgia game?
I think Dabo said in his press conference that he just needs to grow up. That's what I read on TigerNet.
Yeah, he said that, but he's in Spiller's doghouse, so it's apparently, Spiller has set that precedent of what he wanted from his tailbacks and his running backs, and I don't think Lyn-J's living up to it. And I don't think it's ability. I think it's behavior.
Okay.
Or being a team leader and stuff like that. So we got to see.
Because it's obvious at this point that even though Will Shipley may have a lot of talent, Lyn-J is still the best running back you got right this moment.
Absolutely.
Who knows what it's gonna be later on down the line. So anyway, man, like I say, man, I don't see anybody else on the schedule that can give y'all a game. After the Notre Dame game, I thought Florida State would be able to keep it close for a half, but then they go and lose to Jacksonville State.
Exposure.
and then Notre Dame turns around and struggles with Toledo. So how good are they? You know what I'm saying? I think the hardest game left on y'all schedule might be Pitt.
Yeah. Virginia Tech just lost a key play. I don't even know if we play Virginia Tech. I'm all over the place right now.
Y'all don't play Virginia Tech this year.
Yeah. I'm looking for some competition, dude. I'm like,
Georgia Tech is y'all permanent crossover, and then y'all alternate crossover this year is Pitt. So you got Pitt, you got NC State, That's it.
That's it.
What you gonna
That's
say,
it.
Austin?
I was going to say BC would be good until their QB got hurt.
That's why I didn't even mention them. That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I don't know, and I don't know how many people they lost off the defense from last year. So, but I appreciate you fellas joining me for a preview for the Clemson and Georgia Tech game. Like I said, I
Yeah,
expect
man.
a blowout. I need a blowout. I always rooting for Georgia Tech to take that L, big L's. So my Saturday is always good when Georgia Tech lose. So I am rooting for the Tigers.
Perfect.
Gray, the average Clemson fan, Austin, my man. Hey, and be sure to check out AK Sports on Twitter. The handle is real AKSN. That's AKSN. Real AKSN. That's AK Sports. We got what all we got right now, Austin? We got a UCF account, we got a Georgia account, and we're about to have an Iowa State account, correct?
Yeah.
All
Correct.
right. And be sure to check out the average Clemson fan on Twitter as well. Hey, what's your handle there, Gray, on Twitter?
It's just average Clemson fan.
Ah,
So we got that one. Then we got F and Time to Work. Sometimes I'll go on a rant there for some Clemson games after there, so I can curse on that one. So yeah, just check it out.
all right, so for Gray and Austin, this is Coach I. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Tell us in the comments if you agree or disagree with what's going on with Clemson. And we are out of here. Deuces.